Welcome back to the Double M Farm. Digging a new ditch on the road, and we'll watch it do a little digging, then I'll come back and explain and show you exactly what it is I'm doing. Well, I guess when you're going to do a video, you really should make sure there's fuel in the backhoe. Sorry about that. She's running out of fuel. But you get an idea of what I was doing there. At least I hope you did. What I'm trying to do is widen my road. This little gravel road down to the cabin. It's very steep coming down this hill. If I can jump this ditch. And the ditch was right here. This is where the ditch was. So you can see the road was only from here to over there. So what I'm doing is digging a new ditch over here and throwing that dirt into the old ditch, basically adding about 4 to 6 feet in width to my road. Then I'll come back and re-rock it. After I rake this and level it and pack it, I'll put more rock on it. So that's what I'm doing. You can see where I started. What I did, I started up here and I'm digging my way down. Many times when I'm digging a trench, I will dig in reverse. I'll dig coming back. But because of the original ditch being right here, that put my outrigger on this side in the ditch. So when I try to dig the new ditch, obviously I'd be doing this. So I'm having to dig that direction so that I can fill the old ditch in as I go to have a place for my outrigger to set. And you can see all of the roots that the Harbor Freight trencher is cutting through. Some massive roots. Look at the size of that one right there. She busted right through it. Big root. And had a little rain last night, which has helped in a way. It's kind of softened up this old Blue Ridge mountain clay and made it a little bit easier to dig. One of the problems you have when you're doing this is, as I'm walking in the fill dirt, covering up the new ditch, you can see this outrigger. What is happening is the outrigger on the other side is in hard ground. This outrigger is in this soft fill dirt where the old ditch was. So if I dig real hard up against a root or a rock or anything, this outrigger here wants to slide and sink and turn me a little. So I have to, in places where there's really a hard pull, I have to just dig easy and take a little bit at a time. Another problem I had was right here, right where you see that big rock. There was a stump here, a huge stump. So I had to dig the ditch wide. I had to dig around the stump and dig it up. And the only problem that made was it made it so wide I just barely was able to straddle it. You can see I put that piece of pine log there to help keep me from sliding in the ditch. So one wheel was over there on the outside of that pine log, and you can see the tire track right there of the other one and how close it came to caving in and sliding into the ditch and tipping me over. But I was able to get through there with no trouble. The only problem that meant was I couldn't go backwards to clean the ditch out, so I'll just take the shovel and clean out that little bit that has fallen back in right there. So that's what we're doing today with the Harbor Freight towable trencher. Here you can see where I've stopped with the fill. Here's the old ditch right here going into this little catch basin that slows the water down, and then it just spreads out in the woods. So my new ditch is coming way over there. And we'll just run into the catch basin right there, and I'll fill this in. Then, as I come from my workshop and barn up this road, you can see the original road there that's rocked. Now, I'll have that much more room way over there to where you see the bucket, from there all the way to the other ditch. So I'll be able to have more of a sweeping turn going up the hill instead of such a sharp, hard turn. When I pulled my big equipment trailer up this hill or down it, my wheels were dropping in the ditch as I'd go around the curve because the road was just too narrow. Live and learn. Built this road with a little Ford 8N tractor and a scrape blade about 15 years ago. Did the same thing here. The old ditch was right here where I'm walking. So I started in, this is the old ditch. I started in it here. And if you'll follow the line of the gravel, that's where the old ditch was. So dug new ditch straight that way, threw the dirt into the old ditch, filled it in. I've already packed it. I did this a couple of days ago. So now as I come up the hill, I don't have such a sharp turn. I have a little more of a sweeping, gentle turn going in and out. Lord, I'm out of breath coming up this hill. As I go down, now you can see I'll have a much wider road once I get that dirt packed and rocked. So just another example of some of the things you can do with the Harbor Freight trencher backhoe. Hope everyone's doing well. And I hope all of you who we've been corresponding with that are waiting on yours. Supposedly they have a whole bunch of them coming in. Not sure if they've arrived yet or not, but hopefully they'll be in soon and you won't be waiting much longer. And please keep me updated and posted on your orders and how they do and any parts you're ordering, those kind of things. We need to all communicate, help each other out as we go through life with our little Harbor Freight trenchers. So I appreciate you visiting us here on the Double M Farm, and we'll talk to you again real soon.